U.S. Army veterans who met in Ukraine are now facing justice in the United States after going on a years-long international crime spree, including a double murder in 2018. I've got to be honest here, this story is fucking nuts.
Oh yeah! Good morning and welcome to episode 1477 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, June 6th, 2024, the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Shout out Normandy and fuck Hitler. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed. Especially what I said about Tony Fauci and Moderna the other day. That wasn't accurate, but you know, there's still some weird stuff going on there. Everything you need to know in 40-ish minutes or less. But if
Will, I don't think you're on your microphone.
If you need
Pat.
more,
Will is not on his microphone.
I am not. You guys did not warn me prior to the show.
Didn't know.
No, you warned me, and then I didn't return the favor apparently because we found out.
Microphone.
Yeah, we found out when you won't hear this on the show. The audio
It's
listeners
really on
have
you
no
guys.
idea.
You really just told on yourselves. So, you know, I mean.
The
Producer
audio
Eric
listeners have no
also-
idea what we're talking about.
Producer Eric. Okay. Producer Eric says the ear rape is so back. Well, that's also your job, you know, to tell me. So, and Pat and Mark, is you all three. So you failed me. You failed listeners.
Everyone failed.
Sorry, everybody, for the intro here. So,
Yeah.
guys, come on. We got to do better than this.
Yeah. That was a real Normandy.
Everything you need to know. D-Day, the veterans are spinning in their graves. Everything you need to know in 40-ish minutes or less. But if you need more, go to patreon.com/hardfactor for up to 3 weekly bonus podcasts. Today, supercows in Brazil, a lightning round with Pat. And before all that, we've got Mark's Animal Corner to kick us off.
Dude, we got a lot of animals today. We're talking animals, baby. Ow, ow. Right? Yeah. So, I mean, do you want to just do it? Just get into the animals?
Sure, yeah.
All right, so we're going to go to the animal corner today, back to it. 3 shocking animal stories. We will start with the least shocking and end with the most shocking. You understand?
Got it. You don't need to tell me twice. Loud and clear.
Least to most, I say. 7-minute abs. First up, let's check in on the Fossil Rim Wildlife Center in Glen Rose, Texas. Okay, ever heard of it?
No. The world famous.
Right. It's a petting zoo. Okay, so it's not like it's like a feeding petting zoo. You know, like any of these good new feeding zoos, you get like a bucket of feed. And then you can drive around, and like the animals like get right up on you, like right. They get up on your car. You know what I'm talking about?
It's a petting zoo.
It's a petting zoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they got down there, though?
Well, they got animals that get right up on your car, like I said, and one of those animals is a giraffe, and
So not a petting zoo exactly, is a hybrid, right? Because a petting zoo,
right,
all animals you can pet. But then there are these zoos where you can
exactly
they can get near you.
Like I remember growing up, petting zoos were like small animals. You went and pet them. Now it seems to be like a hybrid where you can probably get out and pet some animals, but they also bring in the big animals.
Right,
and they
big
come
dogs.
and just eat the food right out of your car. And that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like eating zoo.
Yeah, I
Feeding
mean,
zoo.
have you guys been to many petting zoos recently? I mean, Pat, I'm sure you have with kids.
I've pet so many goats.
Yep. They stink, petting zoos. The stinkiest place. I mean, zoos in general. A lot of shit, a lot of animal shit, but, you know, pretty fun.
Yeah, they're fun. Unless you're this family who got a memory of a lifetime when the giraffe did this to their 2-year-old daughter, Paisley. If you can see it, just picked her up out of the car. Picked her up by the neck.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
And
almost
lifted
fucked
her.
up.
She
Coulda
in the back of
killed
a
her.
pickup truck?
I think she's in like a moonroof scenario. Convertible.
Is that an 18-month-old?
Yeah,
Wow.
not quite 2 years old.
Well,
Scary.
Yeah, I mean,
Giraffe got her by the neck
not
and
to
lifted
toot
her.
my own horn as a parent, that could totally happen to anyone. But
you don't own a convertible, so
yeah, I
Problem
mean that
solved.
could totally, absolutely happen to anybody there, right there, that right there.
Not someone that has the the wagon you have, Pat. The what?
We do have a moonroof. Oh,
No.
you're talking about, the Wonder Wagon? No.
Yeah, the Wonder Wagon. You
yeah.
can't. The giraffe can't get through the Wonder Wagon.
No, there's going to be the awning. I mean, there's a whole
Yeah.
umbrella.
It has a
system.
canopy. It's called a canopy.
Yeah, the canopy.
Yeah, that's what
giraffes have problems with canopies. So, really bad, but luckily the giraffe dropped Paisley back into her parents' arms when the mom yelled, "Stop it!"
That's Paisley. Don't do that
yeah.
to Paisley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. So I'm sure there were signs everywhere, like, if you have a convertible, don't have the top down because the giraffe might think your daughter's head is food.
Maybe.
There were signs
Maybe
that
this
said,
is where the sign comes from.
"Don't
this is
stick
the
your
sign
delicious
incident.
2-year-old out of the car."
Yeah.
Right. You'd think, right? Because there's a giraffe just looking down on the vehicle. So this has got to be a common hazard. And so I don't know. What did the facility have anything? I'm sure the parents are like, are they trying to sue? What do they want?
The facility was like, "What are you doing sticking Paisley out of the moonroof?"
Yeah.
Delicious, tasty Paisley. Luckily,
Giraffes are vegetarians, right? So, I mean.
And they
Yeah, but
also
she looked like a fucking-
notoriously weak jaws. Everyone knows
Right.
that.
So
was it coconut or something? Like
it was grainy footage, but it really got her right on the hair and neck, so
Yeah,
it was
right on the
lucky.
head.
It was lucky because
The giraffe scruffed her.
dropped her.
Essentially
Yeah.
scruffed the baby. That's
Yeah.
like a cat and a kitten.
Exactly.
Man.
she's fine.
She's fine. Paisley's dad was the one who's the most scared. He said, "My heart stopped, my stomach dropped, it scared me."
That was my next question. Was
Yeah.
it mom was holding Paisley or dad?
Paisley was, I believe, in between the two, maybe, or like,
It's dad's fault. I mean, I'll tell you that much.
You think dad considered pulling out his piece and taking the giraffe out?
oh, if he had his piece on him. In Texas, probably he did. Yeah, I think so.
Reaching
Yeah.
for it?
With his
Yeah.
with his daughter Paisley, yeah, I would say that he was
Yeah.
I'm
armed.
gonna have to kill me a giraffe today.
Yeah, it was like the scene at the end of The Mist. He just kills everyone.
Hey, spoilers, bro.
He kills everyone in the car, and then turns out he was going to go last, but they're fine. Crazy ending at the end of The Mist. Sorry if you haven't seen it. It's insane. That's shocking as well, but not as shocking as this next one, Will. Second most shocking, the Juror spider is back and taking over the East Coast.
Yeah. Once again, huh?
Yeah. Right.
The Juror
know what-
spider.
You know what it is. Do you know what it is, Pat?
Yeah, I know about the Juros. I think I've heard about it maybe once before.
Well, the Juror spider is this big, giant, fucking, flying, venomous spider. Look at this bitch. Look at the size of that cocksucker.
It's a big orb weaver.
Yeah. I guess I can't go back to the East Coast anytime this summer because that's where it is. It's taking over mainly the Northeast, and New Jersey in particular has issued several warnings saying expect 1 trillion Juror spiders to fly up in your space this summer and fuck you up.
Yeah. This is like one of those things they run. It's like it's a repetitive story. It's like mad cow disease, right? The Juror spider, because we've been doing the news now, for like 5-6 years. The Juror spider is run anytime in the summer when things get a little slow.
Right.
And
well, apparently the
Juror
Mormon
spider
crickets.
invasion has gotten much larger every time.
Apparently the Mormon crickets are the same thing. It's cyclical. Some people
Yes,
pointed that
Mormon
out.
crickets,
Juror
exactly the
spiders, same thing. Cicadas, same thing. It's more of like a, hey, if you don't know, you're going to get shocked by these giant spiders soon. They're coming back again. And what happened is basically they can fly, in quotes. What they have is these enormously long legs, and it's windy, so they can like kind of float like hundreds and hundreds of feet and aim where they're going to land, which is probably right in your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so they can't really fly. It's like a flying squirrel
they can't.
situation.
No.
It's a
They use their
bullshit
legs
headline.
like parachutes.
That's something they had to change the headline a little bit from last time they ran it, so they added flying this
Right.
time. That like the last time they ran it was just the invasion. Now it's the flying invasion. Good point
Exactly.
by Bailey Green. Is it Juro? It's also Joro or churro. Churro spiders would be delicious.
It's
right?
it's dead if it comes
Churro
near me
legs,
is what it is. It's squished if it comes near me, and I don't shit my pants first.
I said this on the Hive Hour last night. It looks like a branded spider. It looks like a John Deere branded spider.
Or like the Steelers, like commissioned.
Well, it's
it to be
yellow
made
and
in the
green,
lab.
right? Isn't it?
Yeah,
like
well, the
black and
females
yellow.
are colorful and bigger. The males are not colorful at all. It's yellow.
There's
and
another
black.
really common orb weaver that looks almost identical. That's all over
Yes.
the southern United States.
Yeah, we used to
kinda
have them
looks-
at Blacksburg. They were
It
disgusting.
kind of looks like it plays sports for a college that's sponsored by Nike.
It does. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind
If
of
you've ever
Oregon
seen
vibe.
a St. Andrew's cross spider, it looks exactly like that. It's the same kind of spider.
It's like a Brazilian orb. Look,
Yeah.
fuck this thing. It's actually this one's actually native to Asia. It's invasive. Some asshole brought
came
this
over
spider back from Asia and let it loose in North Georgia back in 2010, and now it's spread. Luckily, not west, but all the way east and north, and it's all the way up to like New York, New Jersey. It's gotten like 15 to 20 states, and it's here to stay forever. Every summer, they're going to be out flying around, floating around there. Giant fucked up daddy long legs. The venomous thing is a little bit misleading too with the flying. They are venomous, but like daddy long legs, they don't bite. They won't bite you.
Like
Thank God.
you could grab it and it would be okay. That's why all the pictures are people holding them.
They just scare the farts out of people like me. That's what they're.
They're scary looking, but they're pretty docile. They're just like the St. Andrew's cross spider, which is like the really common one. You can just go. You could toss like an insect onto its.
Well,
web.
so was Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and they still stormed his castle. Fuck these things. That's true. That was, yeah.
Also, Beast had a line. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
He had a line that if you crossed it,
it's true.
He did to
They'll take your girl too.
To the people's defense, didn't the Beast
Steal Your
murder?
Girl.
I mean, not only to steal your girl, but he also murdered a lot of humans, right? Like, I mean, over the years.
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the years, that's
He
Well, yeah,
had
he
a lot
did
of
some bad stuff. I think when he was like just a prince, a human prince too, right? Like he
A lot
was
of skeletons in the closet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't become a nice guy until after the curse, I think.
Right.
Once he met Belle. Yeah.
What game he had there, which is like, oh, me, don't worry about me, I'm just a beast. Your girl's safe with me because look at me, I'm just a beast.
Well, yeah, but also the game for
There's
him.
no charming interior here.
Yeah, the real game he
also
had
like
was
a
all those
billionaire.
damn talking teapots that were like his wingmen were badass.
Lumiere, the candlestick guy.
The
he
baby
was
the baby
a
clock
coxman.
was like
Yeah.
pretty nice. Like
Let's
the
be
guy.
honest, none of those existed. Beast was just lacing his guest strings with LSD.
Tell
let's be
him
honest.
I'm a good guy, baby clock.
You seeing that baby clock over there?
just
does sound like a
drugging and
trip.
raping. So,
No,
all right,
drink
so-
up.
Yeah,
Right. He wears like a
Let's
furry,
dance.
furry outfit and then gives him a shitload of hallucinogens.
Can't you hear the music?
Yeah.
You can trust the man who was cursed into a beast form and has until the last leaf of the rose falls. Come on.
Why would anyone do that to me?
Yeah, exactly. Just bad luck.
Innocent
Just bad
old
luck.
me.
It could happen to anyone. So look, the spider is very, very, very shocking.
Yes.
And any day besides today, they'd obviously be the most shocking animal story by a mile. Big spiders, most shocking. But today, I have to introduce you to Virginia-based, or reintroduce you to Virginia-based company Envigo, which has a special place in hell waiting for them. Envigo is a beagle breeder and parent company to a research company. Envigo was just fined $35 million for their role in breeding and providing over 4,000 beagles to be tortured in research studies.
Were these the sand fleas ones or whatever? The ones
I have a
with
list of what they did, and sandflies isn't mentioned. This might be just another large beagle study.
You know, they're
They
one
did
of the
horrible
most-
things too.
One of the Mark, I'm sorry for you as a beagle owner to hear this, but they're one of the most commonly tested on dogs for some reason.
Well, I know why.
Why
I
is
mentioned it on the
that?
show once. Yeah, I mentioned it on the show once, and I'll mention it again. So, from what I've done the research on, because I had that same question, and it's true. I'll tell you a little bit about beagles if you don't know them. They have the third best nose for a dog breed, Pat.
Thank you, Mark.
And they are high maintenance and need to be loved at all times like potbelly pigs, but they are the sweetest and most forgiving dog breed, which is why they were selected to be researched on, because you can torture them and then come back the next day and they won't be mad at you. They'll be like happy to see you, even though you're going to
That's
torture them
fucked
the
up.
next day.
That's fucked up. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah,
him?
now I
He's-
remember.
that's
Yeah,
just
no, that's
Beast.
fucked up.
He's a
Yeah.
good guy.
Beast had a lot of beagles. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh no!
Beast
He's got
instead of
nothing to worry
Dobermans,
about. Yeah, he locks the doors from the outside for security.
Beast's castle was like Envigo. So Envigo violated the Animal Welfare Act back in 2022 when 4,000 beagles were rescued, luckily from Virginia. Most have been rehomed. Now, I got to bring in a prop. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Be right back.
Okay.
Oh, Mark's great getting a prop.
I have a feeling that there's going to be some Beauty and the Beast stands who've actually seen Beauty and the Beast who are going to vigorously correct our record.
Oh,
of
Beauty and the Beast is. We're not poo-pooing it. It's just awesome to think about. What if the Beast was a guy dosing people with drugs?
No, I just feel like we're missing parts of the actual story. I don't know why. I don't know much about Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, he brought a beagle in. Hey, there's Honey.
Oh, she's getting so heavy.
All right, now punch her.
Yeah, the punch her. She love me.
Look at her loving you right after you punch her.
Prove it, Mark. Yeah, prove it.
You damn right I brought in Honey. Or Honey Bee, as my wife and I call her in baby voice, because that's how you talk to sweet girls. Aww. You want my Honey Bee, Envigo? She's pretty forgiving, you motherfuckers. Guess who's going on a WALK right after the show and getting extra TREATSs tonight? It's fucking Honey. That's who.
You needy son of a bitch.
Mark, do you think when the Envigo CEO sees a beagle, he's just like, he just wants to test it so bad, he just like
sees dollar signs.
Yeah. He's like he's geolocating me right now.
Starts itching, grabbing for a syringe.
He's at the grocery store checking out. He said, "How many beagles did you say it was?"
Look at this face.
Oh, cat.
Look at this face. So that fine. Fuck that. They should jail those bastards. And Envigo pleaded guilty to conspiring to knowingly violate the Animal Welfare Act, and they also pleaded guilty to knowingly violating the Clean Water Act, because what they did is they tortured beagles and then poisoned the local people's water supply with all their testing. Earmuffs, cover your giant ears, Honey. They had unqualified staff working there. They euthanized dogs without anesthesia. They failed to document the case of deaths for hundreds of puppies.
That's fucked
withheld food from nursing mother beagles. What else did they do? They fed beagles food containing maggots, mold, and feces. Ooh. Crushed puppies to death in overcrowded enclosures. Puppies fell into drains. They let them drown, and all that stuff.
So they were just if you wanted a beagle tortured for scientific purposes, Envigo was your place.
That's right.
They were.
You think it's
they were happy to do it. It's our specialty.
No,
honestly.
Yeah. Beast wouldn't do that to us. So that's the animal corner.
What kind of person works there? Do they have like a torture chamber guy that they bring in, like, he's like the medieval hunchback, running the lab.
Dude,
in there.
There's
That's
been
kind of a fucked up place to work.
That's brutal.
There's been a couple suggestions from doctors about how to use people that are psychopaths in ways that might prevent them from hurting humans. And it's
like torturing beagles for a living.
Putting them into situations like this, right, where they can
I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it.
Those dogs are real forgiving. The most forgiving.
Is the gig this month or next month? Because I'm kind of a beast right now.
Live comment from Tiller. He's running out of time. Live comment from Tiller. If Envigo was doing it with pit bulls, Wes would ask for that application job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be the best. He'd be their number one guy. The number one lab guy in the pit bull lab.
So, fucking Envigo.
Yeah. No, that's terrible. It's terrible. I'm glad that your dog Honey is safe, Mark. She's very cute. Mm-hmm. Producer Eric, he gave us some updates in here. It says Mexico and the WHO have reported the world's first human case of H5N2 bird flu.
Death.
A 59-year-old who has died. Wow.
That's sad. I'm not worried about the bird flu.
How many bird flus is that? That's been a couple in the last year, right?
Look, yeah, but the difference between COVID and the bird flu is the first case of bird flu in the U.S. was 2 months ago, and then there's been 3 other cases total where COVID went from 1 to 100,000 in 10 hours.
Well, that's
it's new bird flus.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a mutated
like a new COVID
flu that is highly deadly and contagious. So that's why it's concerning.
So it's the latest. It's the
R.I.P. to that man, but the bird flu is nothing to worry about.
It's the Omicron bird flu version, which is horrible. So sorry to that. So sorry to that Mexican man. Hopefully,
it's not good for chickens because they're culling all the chickens. It's not good for people that just make their money with chickening, and also people that like to eat eggs. But it's fine for humans.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's. I've never really gotten scared of the bird flu. I think I caught the swine flu once. Was not fun. Also, producer Eric says Nvidia, great business idea. Making AI chips, has officially joined the $3 trillion market cap club, surpassing Apple as the second most valuable company in the world.
They're worth more than something like Google and
Apple's the most valuable. Is Microsoft
all Elon
is now?
Musk stuff.
Microsoft is now, and they're chasing Microsoft.
They must be fastest to that mark, right?
Yes, for sure. Well, I don't know exactly. They've been around a while, but yeah, I mean, this rise has been incredible. Microsoft is at 3.146 trillion, so Nvidia has almost caught them. So
They're going to catch
1993, they were founded. Apple predates them. Microsoft predates them. Yeah,
They're gonna pass Apple in like
it's so crazy
this
because
year.
we know when we were younger, it was just like a video card company, and so like that's how you only ever heard of them. But then now, it's wild, man. The power of making the hardware for AI, crazy.
One of those missed stock opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody had a long time to get
stock,
that one.
and then it makes me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Or missed stock.
Missed.
Okay.
Both.
So you referenced the movie The Mist earlier.
Yeah, it's a well, that also he tried to kill himself. It's a real missed scenario. Yeah,
it's hard to identify
you put yourself in the mist after you missed.
Are you talking about the most boring PC game of our generation?
The Mist? Oh my god, that's so bad. So bad. That's when they were making games. Like, really, they should have been making for us the first video game generation, but they were making them for our dads who bought the computers that we.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
How'd you get on this island?
Yeah.
Right.
But they couldn't play it.
There you go. So that's a good business idea. Nvidia, great business idea. I mean, the best in history, perhaps. And then a bad one, the Mist, the video game. That's a bad one, right? So this next segment is about business ideas. Love a good one. A guy at a hotel recently told me about making fried chicken trucks to sit only outside Chick-Fil-A's on Sundays. That's a great one. So,
that's smart.
His idea's out there now. Sorry to that guy. But, I mean, it was a great one. He didn't look like he was going to make it tomorrow. So, I'd like to eat outside of Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, so somebody please make it.
Do you guys ever follow that guy Palmer Trolls, the comedian, who's like just his gig is trolling?
No.
He made a Chick-fil-A Pride logo and emailed the CEO of Chick-fil-A as a member of the press saying, "We're going to run this Pride logo." And the guy emailed him back on a Sunday.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a high priority item, even on the Sabbath. That is surprising. I mean, it rises to a high level if you get a Chick-fil-A response on a Sunday. So that was a good idea. I thought about the food trucks outside the Chick-fil-A. How about another great one in the food industry from Brazil this week? Talking about the supercow, okay? Sold at $4 million at auction recently. The absolutely stunning Viatina-19 FIV Mara Movéis cow. This is a female cow here. Is not only the most expensive cow ever bred, but she's also 2 times heavier than the average adult of her breed. And 10,000 people recently showed up to a festival in her honor.
Look at the humps on her.
Yeah.
What's that cow going to set you back, Willie?
$4 million. That's what she sold for at auction. $4 million.
I mean, she kind of looks like she's got cancer.
No, that's
the
Zebus.
ass.
That's the Zebus cow type.
She's got reverse ass cancer.
Yeah, it's like a Brahma bull.
No,
It's got that hump.
The hump.
Yeah, the hump.
It's
the type of cow. It's the type of cow.
Girl, are you sick? That ass. Yeah, the hump
does look cancerous, but
that's probably a fat.
It's
lump.
natural. Yeah, it's a hump. Yeah. Some kind of hump. You see, it's got the saggy neck. It's the Zebus cows, originally from India. That's what makes up 80% of the cows in Brazil is the Zebus variety because they're for beef cattle. Okay. And so what makes her so expensive, Viatina-19, is not just her musculature, as you can see, extremely muscular cow. I mean, the veins are popping. It's impressive,
Look at
right?
the skin too. I mean,
vascular.
A giraffe would want to scruff that so bad, but room to grow.
I mean, yeah, room to grow, and she
looks like she lost some weight, right? With that
the giraffe could never pick her up. She's way too heavy. I mean, she's just.
It kind of looks like if you look at it, the skin on the front of the cow looks like an empty ball sack, and then the hump at the top looks like a ball, like the cow had a hernia.
Yep.
Yeah. She's got what's it? The Neapolitan Mastiff.
That's right, Neapolitan Mastiff. Yeah.
She's got that sag going.
Or like a British Bulldog. Yeah, and then she's got like the neck goiter of Frank Beamer on her back, which is her Brahma Bull like fat lump or whatever that is. Yeah, but what makes her so expensive, guys? Not just the musculature, as you could see, the vascular a whole entire, cow. She's just very put together, right? It's also her fertility as well, okay?
Yeah.
She's very fertile, the most fertile. They don't get any more fertile than this cow right here.
She sneezes and she's pregnant. Yeah.
Exactly. So the goal, according to the breeders in Brazil, is actually to make all cows across the entire globe much, much, much bigger so that they're more efficient for the resources they require to grow the meat. So, these Zebus cows, they're trying to make them huge so that, you don't have as many cows. You get like 4 times the meat off of every single cow, right?
I mean, I'll tell you what, a lot of vegans, their argument, there's a lot of vegans that are vegans because of the inefficiency of meat. It's tremendously inefficient.
They're trying to fight it with Viatina-19 right here.
What about the
Selling
milk?
her for
What
$4
about
million.
the udders on that girl? I mean, she's probably filling up buckets.
This is beef only, but yeah, she probably can. I mean, she can do anything.
You
Mark,
can get
look at her.
some milk out of her. You know what I mean?
She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, she could fill up a tailor-made ice cream machine at McDonald's with one squirt.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a local legend. 10,000 people showed up to the festival. Her veterinarian, Lorani Martin, says she is the closest to perfection that has ever been attained so far. She's a complete cow and has all the characteristics that all of the proprietors are looking for.
Yeah, this guy talks about the cow way better than his wife. Who's
Yeah, I mean,
studying
the cow-
No, that's a
all
woman.
right.
That's a woman talking
Oh,
about another
okay.
female cow. That's how.
Okay.
I mean, that's how it's. She's taken off. She's a celebrity, and you probably already guessed it while I was saying all that. But with the demand for meat exploding in China right now, it's on a meteoric rise. Super cow breeders in Brazil and the U.S. they're in an arms race right now to be the first to clone these mongoloid super cows. Okay, so that we can all be eating super cow steaks one day. Which begs the question: would you rather a cloned super cow steak or a lab-grown steak?
Clone super.
Obviously.
Yeah, clone super cow
Clone
steak,
super.
bro.
Clone super. Give it to you every day of the week, right? I mean, so
I would
every
eat that humpy bitch all day.
super
Wait.
cows are a win for everybody.
I'll take the goiter.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me get a little piece of that goiter. Cut me a slice.
I'll try that. I bet it crisps up nice, when it comes out.
Send it back. I asked for the goiter.
No,
Before I cut this,
the
does anyone
cancerous
like
looking
goiter?
hump.
I like to chew it.
Super clone
It's
steak.
imagine how chewy that goiter is. I mean, you could chew on it for weeks, probably.
Yeah.
Just would never
Strong
erode.
teeth. Yeah.
Next up, though, maybe not the greatest business idea of all time. Shout out to John, the listener John, who sent this in, and also Task and Purpose. They're like another Instagram page.
They're a
out
great
there.
military blog. I mean,
Yeah.
publication. Very,
Nice.
very good journalism they do.
You know the folks there. Well, shout out to them for making this video I'm about to play you guys because it's way easier than explaining it. It's 2.5 minutes, and this is as short as this dude could make it by editing it and telling it as fast as he could. This is a bad business idea. Here you go.
2 U.S. Army veterans who met in Ukraine are now facing justice in the United States after going on a years-long international crime spree, including a double murder in 2018. I've got to be honest here, this story is fucking nuts, and keeping it flowing in a logical way is damn near impossible, so I did my best, and please just bear with me. The 2 former soldiers, Craig Lang, 34, and Alex Weiferhofer, 27, did not have stellar Army careers. Lang was dishonorably discharged after being arrested in 2016 for driving 2,000 miles to attempt to kill his wife amidst divorce proceedings.
Whoa, it's a long way.
Weifelhofer, who I'm just going to call Alex for obvious reasons, deserted the army in 2016 and attempted to join the French Foreign Legion before winding up in Ukraine. The 2 left Ukraine in June of 2017 for Kenya, where they planned to go to South Sudan to fight against al-Shabaab militants, but they were arrested by Kenyan authorities and deported back to the United States. When Alex landed in the United States,
Guys are
authorities found
losers.
child pornography on his phone and he was arrested but later released on a $50,000 bond. Back together in now in Florida. They plan to go to Venezuela to overthrow the government there in a coup attempt, but they needed cash to make that happen, so they listed several firearms for sale on Arms List. A buyer and his wife went to meet the two on April 9th, 2018, but were ambushed in their truck, with the police finding 63 shell casings around it and $3,000 missing. The two then split up, with Alex heading back to his home state of Wisconsin and Lang to Venezuela after paying a man $1,500, guns, and a military smoke grenade to use his identity to get a new passport. Alex would be arrested by the ATF in May of 2019 after lying on a form to buy a firearm in Wisconsin, where his father also happens to be a local police chief. Lang, however, was a full international fugitive and no one really knew where he was. After being in South America for a little bit, Lang would find himself back in Ukraine, where he would achieve something of a hero status for his efforts in the war against Russia. He even had a wife and child there, and despite his legal troubles in the United States, seemed to have the support of the local people. Eventually, though, he was detained in Ukraine, and after a lengthy extradition process, he was sent back to the United States and wound up here on Monday, where he faced his first court hearing. Alex was convicted in March on multiple charges, including murder, and will be sentenced on August 6th, where he faces life in prison. As we said, Lang had his first court appearance on Monday, and he also faces life in prison for a ton of charges as well. Told you this story was fucking nuts, and that's without even getting into the fine details, because that would have taken an hour to tell their whole story. So if you want to read their story and find a lot more information, go to taskandpurpose.com, and please follow us right here for more news in the military.
Yeah, go follow them on Instagram. Great blog, as Pat pointed out. Wild story. Horrible business idea. You know, things are going south for you. You're on the run. You got dishonorably discharged, on the run for maybe even some more charges in the United States. And so you link up with a buddy in Ukraine, and you decide that you're going to try to fund the rest of your life by participating in coups, which could
Were they trying to overthrow a government so that they could institute man-child marriage laws? Because what's going on with the child porn there?
Well, right. Yeah, no, I mean, they're just basically, mercenaries.
We fight for freedom.
Willie, I don't know if they are. So part of it sounds like mercenaries, like Kenya, going to Africa. That's always been a place that you could go if you're a soldier of fortune. But like Ukraine, they're not paying you to go over there.
No, but they're laying low.
It sounds like these guys like to legally kill people.
He fought in the war in
for
Ukraine,
sure, Mark.
Like.
There was a lot of deaths.
They just want to go kill people.
Yeah, correct. Well, I mean, it sounds like it. So here's the two of them, right? So they met up in Ukraine in 2017 after dishonorable discharges, trouble with the law in the United States. The one guy tried to apparently murder his ex. They ended up killing an innocent couple in Florida, and all kinds of other people when they were,
that's
fighting.
what happened. The shell casings around. Okay, yeah. It was
right, for that $3,000, that was worth it for the double murder.
Yeah, and then the next business idea after robbing people you were pretending to sell guns to was to, try to participate in coups in Kenya and Venezuela. Both of them eventually got caught, but the one guy without the Eastern European name, the dude Lang, he ended up laying low in Ukraine because that's where they were laying low, basically, Pat. They're trying to hide from all the charges they're facing. Fighting the Russians
and do a little killing,
and he started a family over there. So, only to be caught for his murders as well. So
these guys are like the bad guy mercenary characters in action movies where you cannot believe how ridiculous they are in real life.
Right,
like these guys are them.
Oh, it will be a great mockumentary.
This guy doesn't exist, and then these two do.
I never thought about the word coup, which is a noise a baby makes, but it's like a coup, but it's
also
it's something
violent
like,
uprising.
Yeah, it's like calling a violent uprising a shh.
Yeah,
shh,
right.
Coup.
It is such a soft word for such a violent thing. Anyways, turns out that making super cows is a lot better business idea than running, doing guerrilla style coups with your buddy for
big
business.
Time, baby.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, you guys want to pop right into a lightning round. Bunch of stories, short amount of time, coming right at you. Guys, a juror in a case where the government alleges members of a couple small nonprofits stole about $40 million earmarked for feeding hungry kids in Minneapolis received a generous gift in the form of $120,000 cash in a sack left with her father-in-law on Sunday with the message, "There's more where this comes from if you acquit." Uh-oh. Yeah, the woman who immediately gave the money to authorities said she obviously wasn't going to do what they were saying, and the authorities seized the phones of the defendants in hopes of finding out who orchestrated the bribe. So it won't be long now before police find the text messages about dropping the $200,000 cash at the juror's house.
Whoa.
Exactly. Pat. I was gonna say, what would you do in that scenario? Maybe take 20,000, but you're right on it. 80,000. I like it. Yeah,
$80K, baby.
Yeah, I would take a little bit of money and be like, I don't know.
I mean, that's nutso shit. Not only is they got $200 million right to distribute, they pocketed $40 million of it. It was two like small nonprofits that were restaurants.
Wow.
But to then go be like, all right, now it's a lot of defendants. It's like 25 defendants or something.
Sure, yeah, it was an entire company or whatever. But
go grease her with 120.
Well, still, like,
but what would you do with that? Because like you're already in danger. They've already earmarked you as the guy that's like shady enough to maybe take the bribe. Your life might be in danger if you don't take it anyways. So why wouldn't you take some of it? Because what are they going to come forward and be like, they stole some of our bribe money?
I think this is just a rinky-dink operation. Like it's a rinky-dink level like scam crew who walked into an incredible scam of $40 million. Because I mean, look at this bag they left $200,000 in. It's just a shitty
looks
open.
Like a nice. No, it looks like a happy birthday.
Well,
bag.
I think it was
like
lady
a birthday bag
trying to bribe the lady juror.
Right.
Went over to the house that her father-in-law was there. Said, "Hey,
I'm sure there was stuff over it, but it's just
that bag doesn't scream murder. I would pocket half that and turn the rest in.
Me too, guys. A retired NASCAR driver and his son were recently arrested for storming the Capitol back on January 6th. 75-year-old Tig Scott and his 48-year-old son Jarrett Scott faced 2 felony offenses and joined the more than 1,200 other defendants who've been arrested in the last 3 years. FBI spokesperson told the press that they were surprised it took so long to identify Tig because the first move they made in the investigation was to compare images from the Capitol riots with photos of all living former NASCAR drivers.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully, Tig can break his winless record as a driver and win the case against the government. We'll see. Guys, Ureni Rios, who was the woman that was handcuffed inside a police car after an alleged road rage incident where police allege she pulled a gun. Anyway, that police car was hit by a train back in 2022. And Ureni was awarded $8.5 million by the Fort Lupton, Colorado Police Department this week. The woman who suffered a traumatic brain injury and several broken bones told reporters that she has no regrets.
Yeah, I mean, $8.5 million.
Yeah.
Is it a permanent brain thing?
Is she okay? Is she walking around like she's okay?
Yeah, specifically, her lawyer said, yes, she's up and moving around.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like she might have back problems soon too, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, she's got the money to get everything shaped the way whatever she needs to do. So $8.5 million, it's nice.
8.5, man, insane. The police officers who didn't seem to notice that her car was parked on the train tracks.
Well, that video was one of the craziest.
Yeah, we played that. It was insane, and she was like, "Hello, help!"
Yeah. They were both charged criminally and sentenced to probation, and were obviously fired.
Yeah. That's good.
I'd do it for 8.5, guys.
You might, but she's so lucky she survived. That's one of those ones. It's like low odds you survive, but if you do, you're getting $10 million.
Matt Hughes did it for free.
You might say that, okay, but she's got the no regrets tattoo.
Yikes! Yeah.
Oh.
Guys, a 47-year-old man who lived in his mother's New Hampshire basement was sentenced to 40 years to life for killing his mother after they got into an argument over the video game volume.
Okay.
Yeah, the video game system in question was a PlayStation that the man's mother had gifted him for his 47th birthday. Authorities have stated that the brutal crime was completely unpreventable.
So, because he's just that big of a psycho, he wouldn't wear headphones.
In the mom's basement at 47, and she's giving him a PlayStation for his 47th birthday, and then he stabbed her to death and lit her on fire because she didn't want him to play video games so loud.
Well, then he went back and played video games, probably. Now that situation's taken care of, ordered a stuffed crust pizza back to the basement.
Jerked off.
Probably so. Now he's just gonna be in prison forever, unfortunately for him.
Oh man.
No PS. Man. Is there a PS5 in prison? Probably not. You'd have to get
I don't think so.
You'd have to get like a real hookup to get a PS5 in there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, also the second you introduce a PS5, it's getting smashed, just
you're getting,
out of anger.
Yeah, and you're just getting stuck up for it. You know, like a crew of people is going to come and take your PS5.
Yeah, you better let 8-Ball win in the Mortal Kombat match or whatever. Like,
he can't handle that. This 47-year-old man, he might stab you and light you on fire.
Yeah,
true. They know he's aggressive, so he might defend his PS5.
He's aggressive. And finally, guys, an 83-year-old woman was seriously injured after being gored by a bison at Yellowstone National Park. Officials say, yeah, no shit.
yeah.
83? Come on.
So stop getting close to the fucking buffaloes, everybody.
They said you mess with the bull, and then they put the microphone out to the crowd. You get the horns.
How are you alive, 83?
Who lets their 83-year-old grandparent next to a buffalo?
Was she not able to see it, maybe?
She was invading their space a little bit.
She probably tried to walk up to him and pet it. I mean, they look like they're nice because they're just standing right there. But, yeah, I mean, they're humongous animals. Supercow.
This is like the third time in a month
supercow. Yeah.
that an old woman's gotten smashed by a...
Yeah. You'd think it'd be certain death, but this is a tough old broad. Anyway, that's the show. Get out there and have a great fucking day.